I remember the first day of 8th grade, walking into a room full of people that I had never seen before, taking a seat at a table thinking that maybe I could make a friend, but instead the boy next to me said, "Hey, do you want to hear something a little bit funny?" And of course, being curious, I said yes. And what he told me was, "Remember, kids, if you want to kill yourself, go down the road, not across the road." And I tucked my sleeves down and put them in my lap because I could not possibly comprehend how my self-inflicted pain was a punchline now. It's something that has always crossed my mind every time I'm trying to sleep. I have had my family tell me, "Just stop thinking about it." That's the problem. I can't stop thinking ever. When I'm trying to sleep, instead of dreaming, I'm over-analyzing and contemplating every single thing that has happened in life, maybe not specifically to me, but to anyone else, and I'm thinking of all the bad things that make me want to leave. Or I think about how every time I pass the train tracks down the road, how a girl got in a fight with her father and threw herself onto them in the middle of the night, and the train crushed her body, and her family never saw her again. Every time someone tells a joke, meaning to maybe get a chuckle or a, "Oh man, you really shouldn't say that, but it's pretty funny," somehow it always happens to blame the victim. And most of the time, the victim is me. Because when they joke about pills, when they joke about hospitalized people, when they joke about having to go to a psych ward, when they joke about people who wear sleeves in the middle of summer because they have cuts on their arms and thighs and chest because they hate themselves, somehow, people think that there's some amount of humor in wanting to die. It's just incredibly ironic to me because they think about these things occasionally, but it is on my mind all the time, 24/7, no matter where I am, what situation I am in. I am always thinking about the ways that I can die, the way that I can inflict my own pain. This is why I'm so afraid of my father teaching me how to load a gun. He says, "Let's just go to a range. Let's just have some fun. You can shoot a target." Well, I don't want to know how. I don't want to know how to load a gun because there's only one result from that, and that is one day when I am locked in my room, which the doorknobs are no longer there because my parents were sick and tired of me locking myself in my room and them not being able to get to me because I was slitting my wrists. I don't want to know how to put the bullet in, how to set it up so that I can pull the trigger because I stand in front of the mirror every day and point a gun to my head, not an actual gun, but a metaphorical gun, because, I don't really want to die. It's something that I realize every now and then when I was sitting in a hospital bed with blood splattered on the sheets, with a needle in my arm keeping me alive, with a nurse saying, "Oh honey, I'm so sorry, I hope you have a better day tomorrow." It's something that I realize that I don't want to die. I just want to live differently. I just want to escape what I'm currently in now, not everything. I just want to be happy. And that's the funny thing. In school, they always ask you, what is your ideal career? What do you want to be in life? And I always say, I hope to God that I am happy. Because I see people, so many people, including myself, who are living lives of lies, and they don't understand anything that they are doing. They have no purpose. And every day, when they go to bed, the sun has set, and they close their eyes and they see nothing but images of all the things they could have done or shouldn't have done. I don't want to live a life where I am constantly trying to escape. I want to live a life where I want to die. And that's why I find it so ironic that when people joke about suicide, when people say, hey, you should just kill yourself, as some sort of negative comment that isn't supposed to be taken seriously, that should be taken seriously, because when someone looks me in the eyes and tells me, kill yourself, man, I think I have already tried. I have tried. And those times will never escape my mind. I may be 80 years old if I make it to that age, not necessarily because I die of a heart attack, but because I might kill myself. I think I don't want to look back. I don't want to look back and regret everything, because so far I regret trying to take my own life, and that is the only thing that I think about. So when someone tells me, you should kill yourself, or they say it to someone else as if making a minor mistake is worthy of committing suicide, I think, do you understand what that means? Are you really trying to tell someone to go home, to write a hasty apology, maybe a letter about a page long, and fold it up and put it under their parents' bedroom door, and to lay on the floor after filling up a bathtub and downing a bottle of pills and sobbing because this isn't what you wanted? You don't know what you want. Do you really think that someone should do that after you say you should kill yourself? Just that little line of speech can have such a strong impact, because I remember every time. It just goes through my mind every night. I think of all the people who have called me ugly, worthless, pathetic. Most of them started off as other people, external insults, and now it just crept into my thoughts, and it's all I can think sometimes. I wonder, maybe if I had been treated kinder, I wouldn't have so many negative thoughts about myself. Maybe my self-esteem would be higher. But essentially it all comes down to me. It comes down to what I want to do with my life. If I want to live, I have to fight. I have to try. And as of right now, I don't want to die. And I am eternally grateful that I have seen that it does get better. Because perspective really does give everything. If you look at the perspective of yourself and others, it makes the world so much better. If you only think about yourself all the time and you don't think of how your words have consequences on other people, you don't think that just saying something will affect someone, you really need to take a closer look. Because people listen, and it affects their thoughts, and it affects everyday life. So just be kind, and keep in mind that other people may be going through things every day that you have never comprehended. Maybe when an assembly is being given on depression and anxiety, that you think, oh, well, there's obviously no one that has ever felt this way. The person sitting next to you may have scars up and down their arms because they are trying to hold on, but they don't want to. Just try. Try to imagine it from another person's perspective, and that's all I can say, because right now my experiences are limited. But I have been through things that maybe you could have never imagined. So be the positive voice, the one that defends all the negative thoughts in your head when you're tearing yourself down and saying that maybe you should just walk over to the medicine cabinet, and maybe you should just open up 4 or 5 bottles of pills and swallow them all. Be the voice that says, no, that's not what I want. I don't want to die. That's not the only solution to this problem. In fact, it is possibly the worst solution to any problem. Be the hand that holds a person back when they're running towards the train tracks with a train coming towards them. Be the hand that holds them back when they're stepping off of a ledge. Be a friend. Just be a good person, and that's all I ask.